Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Mark, and in this video I wanted to touch on the topic of authenticity. What does it mean to be authentic from the spiritual perspective, and how can being authentic help us grow? Before I dive into this topic of authenticity, I just wanted to mention that I have launched a premium membership on my website. So if you guys are interested into taking a deeper dive into the ascension process and joining me on a more intimate level on this journey, please go ahead and check it out. I have a link below. It is on my website, soulintegrationcoach.com. I offer some incredible value. I have some upcoming courses as well that you are free to check out. The first one, scheduled in August, is about the quantum nature of the universe, and I've been receiving some really cool downloads and information, some mind-blowing stuff, and I'm going to get into it in that course. And that course is also included in the premium membership. So check it out. Authenticity, being authentic, what does that mean? Well, I know we can often be inclined to think that being authentic means that when we run into somebody externally, maybe something we don't agree with, if somebody's talking about a topic that we don't agree with, we want to just be our authentic self and kind of tell them off or try to change their mind, try to sway them over to our line of thinking. That's the typical definition of authenticity. Being authentic, meaning that we're going to stand up for what we believe in, right? Well, from a spiritual perspective and our spiritual growth, there's another angle here I wanted to bring into play regarding authenticity, and that is being authentic to ourselves. When we're on our path of growth, our ascension path, oftentimes we run into conflict. We run into programming. We run into our ego. Our ego often charges us and creates charged energy in our field. And a lot of times we have to really deal with this, right? We have to diffuse it. We have to accept it. We have to integrate it. This is what we know we need to do. We need to heal these fragments within us, this stuck energy. We have to release it and create more space so that we can ground more of our light. Well, a lot of times we may find that we're doing things that really don't feel like they're in alignment with our higher self. And this happens to me quite frequently, honestly. And you know, in the beginning, after I awakened, I felt like I had to kind of resist things that I would do that maybe were not in alignment with my higher self. Like maybe somebody would say something and I'd have a reaction to it, and then sit around and be like, you know, I knew better. I reacted to that. I kind of got sucked in. I was played, and I gave the unspiritual response. I reacted. I aligned with my emotion. And that's okay because we feel that that's being authentic to the person that we're dealing with. But how is that being authentic to ourself spiritually? And here's the key. When we have these kind of situations with authenticity, we're going to run into this a lot along our path. And it's completely okay. We don't want to hold judgment against ourselves when we find that we're reacting or we find that we've made a perceived mistake. Okay? Because know that there are no mistakes. We will never make a mistake. We are only making choices that can guide us into lessons. And what we perceive as a mistake is an opportunity for growth. So how do we remain authentic to ourselves in these types of situations? Well, when we encounter something where we feel like we've reacted or responded the wrong way, it could even be a choice. It could be such a simple choice as to what to eat. Oh, I didn't feel like I chose what we perceive as the healthy choice. Something like that. It's important to remain authentic to ourselves and let the emotion relating to that decision go. The judgment. We don't judge in those situations. We don't want to judge in any situation. We remain authentic to our higher self. Our soul is standing by watching our ego and observing this situation, and our soul holds no judgment over our decisions. Our soul holds nothing of the sort. Okay, our soul is all unconditional love. So when we perceive we make a wrong decision or we perceive that we do something that's out of alignment with our soul, it is strictly our ego speaking to us. Our ego is showing us something that it has stored as a pattern or stuck energy within the body. It's come up to be released, and the soul observes us. And we observe this energy rise up so that we can make a choice. Now, it's not so much making a right or wrong choice, okay? It's about how do we react to the emotion as it rises up or the thought as it rises up, and how do we look at ourselves when we make a choice that we perceive as wrong. And that's where this concept of authenticity comes in. We don't have to beat ourselves up over this. We need to be authentic to ourselves. And being authentic to ourselves means making a choice without any preconceived notion of how something needs to go, making a choice, feeling the emotions that come along with that choice, and if we happen to react to it or respond to it in a negative way, we remain authentic to ourselves and we forgive immediately and we let it go. Okay, we don't dive in and anchor that emotion further. We release it, and we know that from an authenticity standpoint, we are being human, and we came here to be human. And being human means we are going to run into these polarizing type situations that are going to highlight to us these emotions and patterns that need to be healed. So the authenticity part really comes into play by realizing that we are being guided into these situations so that we can reflect on these emotions, observe these emotions, become aware of these emotions, and let them go, okay? And remain authentic to our higher self in knowing that that is completely okay by not judging ourselves. And that is the concept of authenticity from the spiritual perspective as I see it. So it's really liberating to let that sink in and grab onto that and know that, you know, as you perceive maybe yourself doing something that you feel you know better you shouldn't be doing, that the key is to realizing that that is part of the growth process and being authentic to your higher self and just becoming aware of that. That is all we have to do. And that's how we remain authentic in our state of groundedness here as living as this human being. So I hope this helps. I always hate to see people being too hard on themselves when they feel they've reacted or aligned with maybe a lower vibrational energy, reacted to something somebody said, maybe did something that they feel afterwards is out of alignment spiritually. So that's where this concept of authenticity comes in. You are being authentic by acting in the manner that you act. In the key to authenticity, again, is to just allow these emotions to release and know and accept that that was for your growth. And that is how we can remain authentic to our soul. So if this video resonated with you guys, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And leave a comment below. If you have a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And until the next video, love and light, guys. We'll talk soon.